All right, so we are recording now.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, this is going on record with the one and only Hirakish Ranasaki
Oh yeah, he said my name right for the first time.
for the first time. I've said it ever since you corrected me
Yeah.
for getting it wrong. I've
Yeah.
been getting it right. Now, but one thing I've been getting people's introductions. I kind of flub them slightly, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna do my best.
What's a flub?
Just to like introduce you, to kind of get it
Oh,
right.
right.
So Hirakish is a artist, probably above all,
Mhm.
musician. He's created a number of EPs, long playing discs. What's the most recent? What was the last EP?
I
This is
don't,
what I mean. I'm bad at the intros.
I don't care. I think yeah. You know what's the problem with me? Is that I don't like to celebrate what I do. So weird. It's like I don't like to be like, yeah, like I dropped that. It's weird. I'm so weird. I'm fucked up. I don't allow people to actually get into me.
Why do you think that is?
Cause I like the fact that no one really knows people that died already. Like even like Jimmy, it's only so much you know about Jimi Hendrix, or it's like only so much I can find online about Prince, or like Miles or something.
Right.
No matter how deep I like look into these people I like, musically or creatively, I just think you just don't know because you wasn't there. But that's a hindrance though. But
I think there's a healthy amount of self promotion, and then there's also like the hyperactive
Yeah.
amount of self promotion that people try to do now.
in society right now, everybody's just like got some shit going on, and I feel like we have a big franchise of thought pollution
Yeah.
going on. So I think that if I'm getting, like I was saying earlier, I'm getting comfortable with being part of the unknown and being like, I watched this weird YouTube video of this guy talking about Vanilla Sky with this other white guy, and I have no clue what he really does, but that was a cool interview. Yeah.
You just want to kind of like you want to be able to find people, and then or they find you.
Yeah,
That's really more. Actually, that is more that you want people to find.
Yeah, I want people to
To
find.
be drawn by their own interest
Yeah.
to what you do
Yeah.
and what you think about.
Yeah, just like God. God doesn't come down and be like, hey, you have to serve me this way or that way, or my name is such and such, or I created the sun. Like no one has ever came out of the clouds and say I created that. But that's why people still like fight wars and do certain shit for religious acts or something, because they feel like, damn, like I don't know. They say God is before the universe was created. And they say all is in all, and then they say how like God is so beautiful and humble that he also or she also puts itself inside of the thing it created, so there isn't anything else but that is.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. I fuck with God, like the concept of like, not like, oh, like Jesus is king, like Kanye West kind of God, but like more like that's a I mean, if you can like personalize God into a persona or a person, that's a dope motherfucker to be able to like
Yeah.
be known by all but known by none.
Wow.
I think that's really badass. Yeah, he doesn't die, doesn't everybody like the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty fire.
To be known by all but known by none.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't help but think that does somehow relate to Vanilla Sky, which is sort of like our overarching umbrella, right? And I wonder because, even as I say that, I realize that it is such a it's so kind of like degraded from the sort of higher level of spirituality that you were just describing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's some kind of connecting point there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like perhaps in a way that if we're
Let me just say, in Vanilla Sky, the perspective starts off like in a sense where this person is just meandering through its life. And it starts off with a dream that he's in the city and no one's there. But in real life, he's very famous and everyone's there. So like the known being unknown and to know, to not to know. And it goes kind of like with the dreams of like, I had a dream last night that I had cut all my hair off.
Oh, wow.
Which I hate that dream because I'm like, I've been growing my hair and it's getting long and beautiful, whatever. But this time I cut it off and then I had like dyed it, I bleached it blonde. And I was feeling like the bleach in my scalp, and I was like, why would I cut my hair and like bleach it blonde? I don't even like blonde hair. Like I left that whole idea of like eccentric, like I was talking about eccentricity of like being different because the sake of being different. And I woke up and I was like, wow, thank God I cut my hair. So in that scene, he wakes up and he's like, whoa, thank God, like I'm like still famous and rich and like everyone's here to witness what I'm experiencing, which is just he's experiencing it. And then it's just like this ongoing cycle of people who are there. It's really trippy because it's so trippy to think about that film because it has a very like highlighted realm of like everything's okay, and then it's injected with a woman that's assigned. That's what is this the same movie? See the movie? It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like the same movie, but it has a very dark element to it when the brother, right? He's a brother.
He's got his best friend, and then he's got the psychiatrist that's kind of like helping him.
Wait. Yeah, but and then he's like, "Oh, they're out to kill me." And he's like, and he has all of the keys in the car. What's that movie?
With all the keys in the car? Which one's that?
It's like such a weird. It's so similar to Requiem from a Dream. No.
Oh, is it The Matrix?
No.
There's the keys in The Matrix for sure.
No, it's like this guy opens the glove compartment and all of these.
Oh, you like that shot? Yeah, it's when he's listening to Radiohead at the beginning of the movie. He's like, "Oh, I'm having a lot of calls. I'm really busy," and he opens the glove compartment and his pager is there.
No, not that.
Okay, because I know you love pagers too.
You know the part where he goes to this place to get downloaded into this thing. I think I'm talking about two different movies right now, but basically I watched another film about a guy jumping off the bridge. I mean the building and landing through the ceiling.
The game.
The game. Dude, yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows. With Michael Douglas.
Yeah. So
yeah, Life is a Game.
That movie
is
better than this movie.
Whoa. Okay.
Because I was thinking about that movie.
Yeah.
While in there.
Oh, okay.
And like, okay, it's all the same movies, but there's different people writing them. But I think the game, what I learned in the game, see, I'm always going to do some shit like this, right? Like, take the subject away from this, some key shit. But in the game, it was so intense because the guy was going through what he's going through. It's super bizarre, but I can't talk about the movie. But I'm supposed to say.
Well, here's a good question, because what do you think about the statement, "Life is a game"?
It's not a game. Cause like the universe is not a fucking game. It's like it's very multi-dimensional, and everything has a certain order of operations, and people have suggested that we should believe, but God knows not believe. Like God knows. Right? And everything God created has a knowing to it. Like plants has a certain process of photosynthesis and combustion of gold and like alchemy and like everything that God has created, all these beings have created here on this certain dimension has physiology to it that works to a T. And we're just discovering that to a T-ness. Like mushrooms has a certain process that goes through, weed, gold, everything has an order of operation in its very mystic form. So when people say life is a game, I don't think life is a game. I think that people make life out of a game by synthesizing concepts and constructs. Like when people say, "Oh, like call me they," and it's like, okay, do you know how your organs work? They, and they go, call me it. It's like, you can't just change your name because you can culturally in this society do that, in this society, which is the game itself, this construct or that pyramid thing, like this Illuminati thing that people kind of construe to. But like, I think that's when life becomes a game, because people start to try to create these laws that try to work outside of the universe, like how like Elon Musk wants to go to Mars.
Sure.
And then he's like, nigga, you can't breathe oxygen on Mars. There's no oxygen, there's no apples, there's no vitamins, there's
Right.
no nourishment there. Why do you think you can bend the will of God and escape your destiny, which is like death, and that you don't have a soul to really transfer through the Kundalini energy of this earth? These beings know that they can't really move out of the physical world, so they're trying to escape it by running out of it's unlimited. The universe is so unlimited that you can't run out of God's power. So I feel like people make a game out of society to make people not stop the clock.
Right.
The money clock, the sex clock. Like, if everybody thought the way I thought, or could break down metaphysics of movies and stuff the way I think the society at hand, we would just be something else. Not all that the Facebook shit, the metaverse shit, everybody doing that. That's the game. The layers that keep piling
absolutely.
on.
Do you feel like the sort of, what do you think is the greatest sort of challenge that you're faced with? You know, you were mentioning that you've been feeling like you're going through like a kind of death or a transition, right? And I was remarking that you know, in Tibetan Buddhism,
Mm-hmm.
there is this entire system of kind of preparation for death, right? That when we die, we're leaving our body, right?
Yeah.
We're joining the spiritual realm,
Right.
in some sense, and
Right.
that your death can actually be a very painful experience for you if you're not
Yeah.
prepared for it, right? You can sort of like be frantic and scared, and suddenly you can even spend your whole life feeling very confident and very calm,
Right.
but then at the moment of your death, if you're not prepared to center yourself and calm yourself,
Right. The processes of it.
yeah, you're going to become like a scared animal. And I guess what you were just describing, it kind of made me think about, you know, whether or not one of the challenges that we face as human beings or as spirits kind of in human bodies, right, is basically to use our time on earth to kind of, you know, to transcend. I mean, I think we talk about this a lot, you and I.
Yeah.
But it's interesting you brought up Elon Musk too,
Yeah.
because he wants to transcend as well, but he wants to do it in this very material way.
Yeah.
You know.
He wants to basically, and he get in that also, like Kanye West is on that whole trip too, where like instead of Kanye West saying like truths like how Tibetans and Egyptians or all these ancient beings or other people from different time points find their ways of transcending to the certain Sirius star, like they think, like Egyptians think that heaven, or know that heaven is in the Sirius B constellation of some sort, and this whole process of ejaculation, and like they create these like shafts in the pyramids to shoot out, and like these chambers and stuff, right? But everyone's saying, oh, like this certain idea of religion is still this thing that celebrities are I would call them the Scientologists of the world, are pushing to the mainstream, because when you're rich and wealthy, whatever you say sounds like the answer to poor people. And it's like with the
Right.
Vatican and the Romans and people of the popes of the rich people, that's why they killed Jesus. Jesus was like a rebellious gangster. He was hanging out the prostitutes, the hoes. Like,
Yeah,
nigga,
word.
like fuck that shit. Like that's the church. Like them niggas is tripping. They see that gold, them niggas, and he would like do acts of like rebelliousness by walking on water, or turning water into wine, and like just doing certain things that they knew that everyone could do, but he was showing that a lower being, in a sense of the game of society, could do without even having the access to the wealth of the church. So I feel like Elon Musk is trying to trick, and Zuckerberg is trying to trick humanity, like in the movie Matrix. And it's funny, it's coming out this year with this metaverse shit coming out too.
Right. Yeah. The new
Yes.
Matrix. Yeah.
They're trying to get people to download their brains or their consciousness or their melanin into this metaverse thing to power up a silicone chip to create an effect in society by us giving our magnetism to a fake world so they can open up a portal for them to jump through or let things in. Like 9/11 to me is a way of ritual, a portal. That's the first event that have all humanity at once have seen it at the same time. In same time, like when it blew up, it was on the news and all of our schools immediately. And I feel like it created and like Marty McFly, they say that Back to the Future is a perspective of the 9/11 because the guy that made that movie made a movie about the guy crossing the Twin Towers on a rope. They have the same outfits on and everything.
Oh, whoa! I've never seen that.
You know, like how in Back to the Future, Marty McFly goes to the mall with the twin pine towers.
No, I don't remember that. Is it in the first one or the second one?
It's like in one of them motherfuckers, but they have Arabian guys shooting up Marty at the mall.
Really?
Yeah, in a van.
Oh, I gotta see this.
It's twin pine towers.
Wow.
And then it says 611, but if you flipped it and you watch it upside down, it says 9/11. And then there's a scene when you see the father and upside down, and there's a projection behind him of two buildings going back down like this in reverse. And the same guy that made the movie with the guy balancing himself going across the bridge.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it was 20 years
Man
later.
on Wire.
Yeah, that movie. And you know, Marty McFly and Doc are the same person metaphysically. Like he's warning himself about something.
Yeah.
You know, like how like the experiments in the Philadelphia experience or something like that, when they're trying to make like the ships vanish and stuff.
No, I don't know about that.
It's like they had Edison on it. They're trying to they're basically trying to make a device where you can vanish a ship on water for war, but it like speeds up. Basically, if you time travel, for instance, it speeds up your G rate, and then if you meet yourself in the flesh, you just kind of spontaneous combust. So I feel like Marty, you know, when he go back into the future, he couldn't really meet himself.
Right. Yeah. Because if they touch, then they're gonna implode or disappear
like
or something.
Disappear. You know. So I feel like all of that shit's about what's going on now, and I feel they're trying to bring upon, like, even with the crypto shit, like it's literally magnetic, small like neural links of connective energy firing off, discharging and impulsing a number on a string, and the people that's empowering it is us. And it's like they're creating another game for us to play, like you said.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
The Stone Age shit, you know.
Well, it's interesting because I wonder, you know, in some ways it would sound like a lot of, you know, there's a lot of things about the modern world or contemporary society that you know, kind of reject. And I wonder which parts of contemporary society do you love?
I don't really reject the things I'm talking about. I think that I think I'm just observing it for what it is, like an occultist or something, like Fela Kuti, for instance. We share the same birthday. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm Fela Kuti. I just think that, like I was saying earlier, like the golden ratio, for instance. Like I think like music has this golden ratio to it, and I feel like humans do too. So I feel like that there are beings who come on earth from the heavens that are born under a certain like energy field that makes them who they are, and they're destined to be that figure of rebellion for society. So like rebellion, not in the sense of breaking shit up or nothing, but like Gandhi, Prince, you know, Mother Teresa, whatever, like scientists, or like the guy that helped map out Washington D.C. was black. You know, like the guy that knew astrology for the making White House where it's at. Like he made the floor plan of the Washington. Yeah. It was some slave.
Is he like a Freemason or?
No, he was just a slave.
He was a slave.
He was a slave that learned astrology, and then they brought him on board, and then some guy was jealous of him, and they burned his paperwork, and he knew it all by heart still. I say that to say that I think that, you know, you can't really make another kind of blue, that Miles Davis album again, because the planet is not in the same. I told you before, like the same placement the stars not align the same. Society doesn't need that same calm element. Or I can't like say, oh, I'm inspired by Jimi Hendrix. Let me be Jimi Hendrix. Oh, Tupac. Let me be Tupac. Oh, let me do what Malcolm X did. Let me walk in the street and protest like Martin Luther King did. Like you can't. There's no way possible that you can reiterate or animate those historical landmarks in spiritual history. So I feel like, or like the 27 Club, that's no longer a thing. Like, so I think that, yeah, like, you know, I'm supposed to be on tour right now. I'm supposed to be with other pop artists like Tumor, Earth Eater, you know, Echo, all these people I worked with, Hill by Air. I'm supposed to be with them in theory. But I think that the way these beings who created people like myself send you on, like Malcolm X, he went to jail, right? And then in jail, he discovered a sense of self that was necessary for him to be what he was for others.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
It's like,
no, his life story is amazing. Isn't it? You read the autobiography, and I had no idea that he like lived an entire life before he even went to prison.
Yeah,
you know,
pimping and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was like eye opening to me.
Yeah,
you know, because I think that we do, for some reason, right now we really have you know, there's this. I was reading something the other day, or actually I wasn't reading. It was on another kind of vlog, and someone was describing this idea that what we're suffering from right now is an inability to represent the present.
I like that. That's true. I like that.
And I think about that because it says a lot about the kind of nostalgia, you know, that people, you know, or rather there's like a real pressure that people feel to try to do something.
To replicate,
right?
To replicate the nostalgia of that imprint.
Yeah, but I guess it's like we want to do things, and yet there's this kind of, because I also can really, I was actually just talking to a friend about this. Yes, I was talking to someone about this yesterday. I was like, I feel sometimes like there was something I was meant to do that I'm not doing, or that I'm missing out on, that there's somewhere I was supposed to be, you know? And I'm curious because I think a lot of people feel that way right now.
Because you know, like, say for instance, Travis Scott. Isn't this funny? Because I don't talk on Instagram. I don't discuss my mind. And because I think because the way they set it up, the screen itself is a certain geometry to it that boxes things in. The algorithm, anything that's true, that seems defiant, that's culturally intuitive with like change, that algorithm, like the Matrix, made it to where you can't see Neo anymore. Like you can't see the one. Like even in the new Matrix, they literally he doesn't know himself anymore. He doesn't know he's the one anymore. How did he get back into the Matrix? Maybe all of these years, the actual Smiths got into their world because of Morpheus and certain things not being right, that they took over the real world, like how the metaverse, right? These fucking Martian beings are trying to take over our world in real time. So I feel like the thing that's happening, back to the Travis Scott thing, is that like he did this whole thing, this Astroworld thing, and I looked at it, you know, I'm like, okay, this stage is pretty scary. It had eyeballs and shit looking different ways. If I was on shrooms there, I would be fucking scared. Now you have people like Metallica and stuff. They don't that for him to be pointing his audience to McDonald's and PS5 and mostly kids or fans of Travis Scott. Why is your showcase have fucking flaming, roaring shit in the air and people are dying and you're singing to them, and then like people making occultive things, and you have your shirt. The shirt he's wearing is showing people transcending through a veil or through a place.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
And it's like, welcome to the utopia. And then like the all of the stuff is very occultive and very like, it's very well orchestrated to where you can't see it and see it. And it's like, why is he doing such things like that? You know? And it's like, I think that they're manipulating culture with autotune. Like techno music to me is too fast. So like, I wouldn't want to die. I wouldn't want to die listening to autotune. Like imagine you die getting stumped on and niggas is rapping through autotune vocals.
No, for sure. I mean, I think about
pretty hellish.
I know. I think about this. What I always think about is that there are people who have died with their phones in their we know this
For
now,
fact,
right?
Yeah.
With their phones in their hands on Instagram.
Yeah.
And the last thing they saw before they died was just
Some random
stories.
Stories.
Can you believe, like, to think that that's,
monotony.
yeah, it's like this, you're like, and you just hear, yeah,
Yeah, it's like what?
it's really, it is, yeah, I guess, so anti-auto-tune.
I like auto-tune, but what I'm trying to say
Little
is,
bit.
No, what I'm trying to say is that the mathematical sequence of Sade's music is not based off of synthetic sound engineering.
Right. Sure.
Radiohead, I love Radiohead, but it's not synthetic sound engineering. I made an album, and it took me years to finish it. Why? Because I wanted to try to get it close as I can to things that I love, sonically. Not even like genre-wise, but just like what were they using equipment-wise. I think that like it's just a tribalism that we're missing in culture. Like even like I watched the fucking Serena Williams' father movie, King Arthur's, whatever the fuck his name is. Serena Williams and the family. Like,
oh, right. It's like Mr. Something, the last
Right.
name, Will
Right.
Smith's character.
Right.
Mr. Williams,
Mr.
probably,
Williams.
right? Yeah.
I think something like that.
It must be.
Forget it, whatever. Anyway, but the movie was great because
It is great.
it showed this passion that this older generation had about life and fatherhood, and he planned every moment of his child's lives. And he seemed a little bit idiosyncratic, or he seemed like a little bit of like it seemed like he had a little disability to him, where he lisped and he just had this weirdness about him. But he was very occultive in the sense where he told his youngest daughter, "You're gonna be greater than your older sister, and I planned you to shadow her. I planned this all out." And then they actually done. And the thing about the movie, he was the first person to Instagram his children. Technically,
Really?
He filmed every moment of their lives. So at the end of the movie, you see the Serena sisters actually talking through a real VHS camera, mimicking a moment from the movie, saying like, "I want people to play like me." It wasn't a scripted like written movie thing. They literally was able to watch footage of years these kids training every day.
Right.
They really live.
And so the actors could actually imitate,
yeah,
basically the real thing.
the real thing.
That's so interesting.
And I instantly like felt so inspired because I am this movie. I am this, like, and I was talking to my friend Ian in the spiritual world, and I started listening to this song. I got numbers in my phone. I would never see it. You know, that song by Jay Electronica and Jay-Z, and I start crying. And I have a voice memo on my phone of me talking to Ian about this album and stuff, and just like the spirit, because it's like I know that I am here on the planet, and I'm not going to synthesize my message just because I can get famous off of it, or I'm not going to be weird and shave my hair a certain way so I can stand out in public, so I can be known today. Fuck it, you know. I just know that I'm here, and I know that like who I am and what I am, regardless of someone being more famous than me or whatever. I never talked about these too much shit. Like, you know, we fell out because people want to be you. People want to copy your sound. They want to be your energy. It's not about music. It's about like, wow, that guy knows he's in existence. I know that I am here, and I know that I witness God, and I know that there are other things that are around me and within me that exist. And I feel like Vanilla Sky, it's called Vanilla Sky for a fucking reason, because the sky is not vanilla. It's not some white man's dream. And I think that a lot of times with the, white people, I feel like they're good storytellers in that way because they don't have a story.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't really have a history.
Well, it's interesting because in Vanilla Sky, a lot of what you see is a person who's kind of decided to live their life through pop culture.
Yeah.
Right, through a type of, I hesitate to say appropriation because I think at the level of the film, it's so much a psychological portrait that it kind of complicates that reading.
Yeah.
Right? Because it would be one thing to say, oh, it's a rock music film. Rock is appropriated from black people.
Yeah.
This is true. But it's like the movie takes it in an even deeper level where it's like it's become about kind of his mind and it's a very strange movie in that regard. And I wonder, because it does, I think that the reason why white people don't have a story of their own to tell often, right? Especially like for these generations. So
Yeah.
something that people brought up was that it's really interesting because if you look at his birthday, I believe I'm getting this correct because it was Eric, who's the other guest on the pod. He was saying, if you look at David Ames's birthday, the character is like the last baby boomer. But if you look at Tom Cruise's birthday, Tom Cruise is actually a very early Gen Xer. So it really is about that transition between the baby boomers narrative, which I think is a narrative about, it's the white middle class, suburbia, power, and like, being sort of the dominant narrative, to Gen X, which is sort of about wanting to find that individuality, it's like a sort of, through music or through something like that. And I mean, when you watched it, did you find that, was there anything that you were like sympathetic to in it? Or did you find that it was kind of like, because I felt like, you really liked I feel like when we watched it together, there were a couple scenes, like there are like themes and then there's scenes.
Yeah, I see you have it pulled up over here a little bit.
Yeah, we can even watch some of it if you wanted to.
Yeah, to refresh my memory. But I liked it because I was more interested in it because it was a psychological thriller. And it was like, at the time, Ian just passed away, I think.
Yeah, no, he had. You were coming out to visit.
Yeah, and I was like, it was pretty bizarre because it showed the veil of the movie. But then I watched the game right after it because my friend Jackson, that I think that you're very similar to.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all have like this, like, I only like certain kind of white people.
The special white boy.
Special white boys, yeah. You got, it's like, everything, like, every black crew has a special white boy. And like, they get the rite of passage or something. Like, some people say Aleister Crowley has the black dot in him. They call it a black dot.
Huh, interesting.
Where he is actually, like, he was a scribe, or like this guy, like Kenneth Grant, for instance.
Kenneth Grant?
Kenneth Grant is this writer that's way doper than Aleister Crowley and all those other like fucking writers. But he's a white boy, but they say that he was like summoned through like these like Egyptians. He's like an Egyptologist, but in Egyptologist culture they don't talk about Kenneth Grant a lot because he like writes the truth about what these people were telling him, like spiritually. Like he strived everything into English the way it was said and done for the Egyptians, but he's a white boy.
Oh,
so like sometimes white people get used because, like I said earlier, gods don't give a fuck about if you're white or black. If they need you to translate something to your culture to like keep it preserved, they will. So like the Greeks and shit, it was like the next artisans of the mythic culture and like the Masons and the stuff. But to keep it alive, for me to get it,
for sure,
and for people like Bobby Hemmett to get it, and like people like Phil Valentine to get it, like. There's different people to transcribe it again because it's not about just, they knew that, okay, Egyptians read the stars from this way and read it backwards, right?
No. And what do you mean read it this way and backwards?
Like, they don't read it like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like see like the doors over there.
Oh.
Right? They read time from like the end to the where they're standing. Huh. That's how they were able to like tell if the winter was coming, summer was coming, solstices, eclipses are coming. Like 24,000-year equinox periods and stuff. They can tell it by reading it from the fortune tellers, right? Or that's what astrology is about, reading the future to your now. So they knew that blacks would become slaves. They knew that we would come to America. They knew that these certain particular beings, we are very special black people in America. There's no other people in the race of the planet like the African Americans in this country, and we have a gift that we're still trying to get back to. And we're the cream of the crop and the bottom. We're the shit of the earth. God isn't shit and poo and pee. God isn't everything. God isn't sickness and illness and killings, and God isn't everything. So I feel like Vanilla Sky shows you, like, I think he has to let go a woman that died that he was in love with, and it was a glitch, and it was trying to keep him there, and he woke up out of it. It's a very strange movie, but I just interpreted the movie like in my own way. I feel like,
yeah, no, I mean, and I think that's one of the things I really love about you is that I think it takes a very, because especially something like a movie or like a piece of music, it's very like, it can be very overwhelming, right? And it really, that's why even a lot of people, I think it's even kind of what I'm playing with this podcast idea, right? Because it's about Vanilla Sky, but it's also not about Vanilla Sky.
Right.
And you can kind of see different things.
These people are fucking materialistic beings. They like, I dress cool because, you know why I think I dress cool? And I have this look because I am supposed to be cool, looking like the Matrix when he goes from the raggedy rag world to then he gets in the fake world and they look all cool with the shades on. Like, I have to be this way for kids to listen to me.
Right.
If I looked like a bum right now or some shit, or I didn't look as cool, or if I didn't look as cool as the coolest people look or better than them, they wouldn't believe. But it's a magician trick. So it's like, I feel like the fashion industry is bullshit. They poison water with their dyes. Rick Owens fucking kills water with all of that black dye. You can't take dye out of water. All of those dinner washes, all of that slave labor, all of the models who want to be skinny and the reflection of that. Like, yeah, it's cool to get fly. Like, I mean, I just bought some shit next door from a store, but it was something that was like handmade, literally by a Tibetan monk probably, and is metal. You know.
What's crazy though is to what you're saying. It's like that's how much people want to be special.
They want to be identified.
They want to be special so badly that they're willing to let, something that might be ecologically kind of shitty, that has a large impact, let's say. It has a big impact on the people that promote it.
Yeah.
It's an industry. I mean, that's really what we're talking about. Industries, but I know from experience that you can walk into pretty much any shop and basically like pick something out that's going to be totally unique and fly.
Yeah.
And when I see those same things, which might be older and almost like artifacts, it's like you have an ability with artifacts. I really like that, To me, Vanilla Sky is kind of like my artifact in a way. Because one of the things I like about it, do you see this, by the way?
Oh, that's fire.
You see this?
Watch is fire.
Yeah, it's the Vanilla Sky watch.
Wow.
Yeah, promotional watch.
You be getting swaggy.
Yeah, you think the Vanilla Sky watch is cool?
I like that. I'll wear that watch.
Yeah, want to try it?
Yeah. I got a Mercedes-Benz, bro. Like, I'm very artificial, but I'm not.
No, but you just have really good taste. I think
taste.
you have super good taste.
Yeah, this is nice. Oh, it is a Vanilla Sky watch with this is cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think that people are just going through this fake flip-flop world. And then also, he paid to put his brain on ISIS.
Right. We spent a lot of time, Ulysses was actually really into talking about that because it's cryogenics, you know.
And they're trying to prep people to do that. Like my friend Tokyo saying he wants to be. I'm like, dude.
He wants to be cryogenically frozen?
Yeah, I'm like, you're fucking insane. Because you know why? Like, you already have that. You have a soul. Like, what niggas is talking about? You want to put your brain, this is cool. It looks cool on me. You want to put your brain or your so-called body on, what do you call it again?
A lucid dream.
A lucid dream, basically.
Or life extension.
Life
extension. I think which is actually what they call the cryogenic facility.
So I'm like, okay, how you going to put a soul that's not technically a body, that's not technically physical, and you can't know, like, I can't really place my finger on where my soul is at in my body. Like, I am like a movie projector, right? It's projecting upside down, and you're from a point onto the screen and bouncing back in your eyes. Your soul is kind of like that. Where is that projection coming from? Into that physical housing unit that's a projector. Okay, I'm going to put this projector on dialysis or whatever to call it, or kind of whatever time hold it, and I'm going to save it for 40,000 years. But and then there's no other DVDs to play on it, and like you delete every this every download, and then what did you do with the projector when you don't have anything to play on that motherfucker?
Right.
It no longer has a purpose.
Yeah.
So like you can't like, and white people know this, and these scientists that are very smart, they've been here for trillions of years, they pass their information out. White folk know that they don't have a soul. They have a spirit, like, and a consciousness to a degree, and they dumb down society, and they dumb down the Africans and people who are universally connected to God, and we dumb down ourselves. We drink poisons, we do injections with shots in our arm, with the fucking vaccinations and shit, and we're dumbing down culture to a point where even me, with a very big soul projection and consciousness and infinity about myself. I still don't know how to breed and use the things that I have housed in me properly. Because we've been dumbed down. Like you said, like,
Yeah, it's true.
like, so why would I want to, silicone, or it's from the earth. And they say, oh, you can put the wire to your brain. Like people say, oh, you know, like Neuralink, the wire. It's
I know, the wire to the brain.
Stupid.
I'm interested to hear what you think about that.
That's just stupid.
I think it is. I think it's kind of crazy.
It's what do you made it from? The earth. Where do you get the resources from? Africa.
Right.
From the dirt.
From a mine.
From a mine in Africa.
Mined by African people.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you say, oh, black people were ugly. Or you say, you know, they put everybody in all these movies white. But everything that's the natural resource comes from Africa.
Right.
The Chinese people going to Africa, building shit. Everyone's going to Africa.
I know, they really are. Yeah.
Everyone's
going. It's a big deal.
Africa.
Yeah.
So it's like, stop it.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Well, you know, I mean, the thing, I think that a lot of, I mean, myself, and I can't really speak for all white people, but I know that one of the things that has been a big reckoning for people on a more conscious, like, sort of psychedelic kind of trip is that, you know, you have to realize that it's like a lot of what's happening is just that white people are having to accept that in America, they're no longer the majority and they're no longer the most powerful.
They never was.
Yeah. But the illusion maybe is what I mean.
Even the illusion was weak.
Yeah.
The illusion was even weak.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
like, the illusion was weak from the jump because why? You got pyramids in America right now. Built by Egyptians. You have stories about Egyptians coming to America to get cocaine to bring it back to Egypt to do coke. Like, you have Native Americans who are fucking technically black people, you know?
Right, you're right, yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying like black people are so dope, because we also, like I say, we the shit of the earth in the universe too. Like, we are the carbonated beings. Like, we don't, like, that's why God is so good. Like, God is the bum. God is also the nice lady. And like, God is like a little dumb kid or a retarded baby. Like, God is everything.
Right.
And God has no one place or one name or one being. God is all things. And these people are trying to make this thing that is not all, like, they're just a young, they're going to get there. They're just a younger, new franchise of people.
Right. You do you think Americans or like specific, like white Americans?
White, I mean, just white people, period.
Yeah.
But there's some dope white people, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Up. But I'm just saying, as a whole, they're freaking out the last 10,000, 20,000 years because they've been evolving and coming through with these so-called inventions or discoveries, and then you got UFOs flying around this bitch for damn near forever, and then they're like saying we're the first ones to go to the moon. Like, get the fuck out of here! And look,
there's a lot of ignorance.
They call time seconds.
Seconds,
like
instead of firsts.
Yeah, like okay, but whenever a black person do something in America, they say, "Oh, they're the first to do something."
Oh, word.
Oh, the first African American to win a Grammy. It's like, how are you gonna count something that's called seconds? What, like, you can't say something. It's weird, you know. The tick to the talk, like they're calling time seconds. Oh, that's 30 seconds, 24 seconds, and then those seconds makes minutes. It's like confusion.
Yeah.
It's all confusion, but it's fun though. That's what Vanilla Sky's about. People are scared of the idea that they can't fathom that this thing called the universe is infinite. Like, oh look, Buzz Lightyear, my favorite show. He says, to infinity and beyond. How the fuck you gonna go beyond infinity?
Yeah.
And I got older. I'm like, wait. This white man just told me to infinity and beyond. How is that possible to go beyond infinity?
I don't know. You gotta ask Buzz.
Buzz Lightyear. And then Buzz Lightyear, right? That's Budweiser.
Budweiser?
Yeah.
Buzzweiser?
Yeah.
Right, because Buzz.
Yeah.
'Cause he's got a buzz.
Yeah, buzz.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's interesting. Buzz isn't that Tim Allen? It's like.
Yeah, I love Toy Story.
Yeah.
Like,
I love Toy Story too.
That's my favorite. I don't know, man. Toy Story is like the dopest. Lion King and Fantasia. Oh, the Dune movie? Trash.
Yeah. I did not like the Dune movie.
It.
Silly.
Yeah. What's his name? Jurowski?
No, it's directed by
No, the guy that wanted to do Dune.
Oh, Jodorowsky wanted to,
Yeah.
he wanted to make a really good one.
And his
I'm sure
documentary he was better.
Did we ever
than-
see that Holy Mountain? Have you seen that?
I love
that
Holy
movie's
Mountain.
so good.
That's the shit.
Well, that's why we like each other. I watched that movie probably 20. I probably should have started a Holy Mountain podcast.
Yeah.
You know, or no. We loved Tom, right?
No, we do Tom. We do another one.
Yeah, we do another one. That's true. We do a Holy Mountain.
I mean, I feel like this is dope.
Yeah.
It's like my form of counseling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that you came on and that you also shared so much. Yeah, I mean, you always share a lot of, kind of like insight, but
We're the
we
same.
could go kind of deep.
We all are the same. I'm not hating on white folk. I'm just like, I just think that like, it's only a few dope white people in the world. It's like Matt.
Big shout out to Jackson,
Steve Jobs. The dude that did the fucking Star Wars movie.
George Lucas.
Yeah.
He seems alright. You think George Lucas is alright?
I fuck with Star Wars.
Yeah, but George Lucas?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
No,
but
no, don't
the nerds?
No.
Do you like nerds? You fuck with nerds?
Yeah, I like the Revenge of Nerds.
No, just like nerds. Like people that like really nerd out about like
fucking nerd.
Star. You think really? I mean,
You have a vanilla Skywatch. You have like
he got me.
Yeah,
He got me.
You are a nerd. I mean, I'm a nerd.
You are, yeah, but you're a nerd about like about like cosmic shit.
That's still a nerd. Like,
well, it's true. You do have those. You do have Gundam toys.
I do have.
You have Gundam toys, little cars.
Yeah, I'm like a nerd.
That's true.
Like skateboarders were nerds in the beginning. Now
Right, it's very technical.
Now jocks are all nerds. Like Riley Mullen, the best skater in the world, made all good grades his whole life and skated in front of his house and made all those tricks up. And they're all like universal mathematic tricks.
Oh, like the kickflip and all those things.
Like even the spins he does is all like about the universe and shit. Nerd.
Wow.
And then he made
that is just that, I gotta say that you were the first person I've heard describe skateboarding in such elevated terms. I love that.
But no, this
is true. It's all geometry, and it's like the feet and all those kind of things.
And it's also cool. It's skateboarding is kung fu, it's hip hop, it's fashion, it's graffiti, it's visual art, it's video production, cinema. It's psychological, it's fear based and pushing passion. It's team members. It has a little bit of a Tibetanism about how like. The nomadic personality to it. It's the drug. Skateboarding and hip hop are like the dopest things on earth right now.
That is, I also love because I kind of found a little bit of that in rock climbing. Because like what's interesting is that this is kind of one of the things that we're sort of seeing change culturally. I think is that people are starting to realize that. It's not just about. Oh, thank you.
I would keep it.
It's not just about like. One. That's kind of why I get kind of weirded out by people that get really into like Dune or Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Is because it's like, don't you want to nerd out about something that has so much depth to it? Yeah, like because skateboarding, like you said, skateboarding is everything. Rock climbing can be everything. It's like it's physical movement, it's exploration, it's nomadic, it's camping, it's like being in the wilderness. You have to learn how to like maybe like survival skills.
This though,
Star
Wars, the lifesavers are actual crystals, right? The saber itself, and in the real movie, they shoot out light projection through the crystal. Right.
Yeah. There's like a little crystal at the end.
Yeah. But that's what it is, and it's crystal. But all of that Star Wars shit is the actual Bible. Like if you look at God as if it's Star Wars, you'll respect God a little bit more.
Yeah. That's true. If you thought that God was as complex as they made Star Wars, if you really could understand that, or even that Star Wars, or physically, just like the technology,
the ships, the people. Like if there were more black people, of course,
for sure.
Just like how the Earth was formed, the Dark Star, like the good people, the Elohims and the disagreeable beings and the agreeable beings. Like if you really seen this shit. And like the Earth is floating. It's a fucking planet rock. It's a floating rock in some infinite space where the sun is farther enough to give us light to where it doesn't kill us, but also nourishes us, and also gets rid of things that are no longer serving us.
Right.
This
yeah.
shit is really like Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
But I know what you're saying though. About
Did you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever like really trip out about like the horizon?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I used to be like,
You know, just looking at the
Yeah.
horizon, really feeling like the kind of like the earth,
Yeah.
and like trying to like kind of wrap.
when you were a kid, when I was a kid, it was scary because my dad was into all this stuff that I'm into, and I was like, I was scared of George Bush and slavery as a kid. I was scared of that because I think Bush got administrated.
George Bush and slavery.
Yeah, when I remember George Bush won the presidency, I was watching it with my grandmother and my dad, and I was because Talib Kweli had this album with like a slave on the back with these whips on it, and I asked my
wow.
dad like, "Yo, why does he have these?" And my dad never like bullshitted me. He was like, this is why. And then he went into the Winn-Dixie, left me in a car by myself in the dark in a parking lot, and I was like listening to this like music, looking at the cover and being scared of like George Bush winning the election.
Wow.
And I was afraid of that and like becoming a slave again.
Damn.
Yeah, trippy.
That is trippy.
Yeah, and I was like, also like, oh shit, like, because my dad was like into like a lot of like these people like Dr. Malachi York. These people that kind of like made this thing called the Nuwapians. And
Yeah,
stuff
you
like
told
that.
me a little bit before, but
And he's
you
in
know.
jail right now for life for like molesting children. They say.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck writes all these books and build all this stuff for the community and didn't want to rape? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get it because like I say, deities and gods, they don't look at morals the same.
Right.
But I beg to differ because when I read this person's book my whole life, I'm probably saved, and I probably have a lot of intellect because I read the Nine Ball and The Man from Planet Risk, and I read a lot of these books that allow me to think a little bit further, or like learn about like how like the mitochondria works from this author and like Bobby Hemmett. So I was introduced to a lot of this stuff my father was into at an early age, and I kept studying. I still study to this day, and like even like say for instance like Maggot Brain, the song by Funkadelics, that sounds like the universe.
Yeah.
Or like even like Pink Floyd, that shit sounds like the universe.
Yeah. It's true.
That shit was like amazing to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit's, yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. Pink Floyd is like the white group.
Yeah, they are. They're very.
Yeah.
I was never super into them.
Man, they had the pig and shit flying. Like, yo, imagine going to a Pink Floyd concert.
I know, right? Your mind gets blown. No, but I think, it's interesting because I do think people, will be, as we usher in kind of this new age, people are going to be drawn more and more to kind of beings such as yourself.
Mhm.
We can hope, right?
Yeah.
That's like what
It's
the
coming.
new age is kind of going to
Yeah.
usher in. But
My
also
album's
that
called New Age Rock Papadelic.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's great. And we're looking out for it.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Out soon? 2022? What do you think?
I'm trying to figure it out. I don't got no manager. I ain't got no agents. I don't understand how motherfuckers don't think that I'm the best thing going.
Well, I've heard the album and it's really good. And
Like,
so
even
if
as
there's
a-
any managers out there listening,
But even as me as a thought-provoking person, I would like fucking snatch me up and make me. I'm doing an animation for the album too
right.
with this kid Spino or whatever. But it's like, yo, I'm like the most profitable black dude there is. Like Virgil, for instance, how he died with Louis.
I
That's
know,
fucked up.
right? Rest in peace,
I fe-
Virgil.
Yo,
That was
on some occultive shit, I'm gonna say like this too. I feel like by Louis Vuitton knowing that Virgil he had cancer. Even I kind of knew he had cancer because of people from the inside. I like have friends I know him and people I work with him closely, and I knew he had cancer before it came out, and I didn't know he was gonna die this year. But it's fucked up that this white company, like on the back of the credit cards, just that black strip.
right.
That's what he is. They're selling people space, the black
Mhm.
space of things. So it's like now this person was martyred, martyrdomed, or symbolized now as this hierarchical first black man to work for this Louis Vuitton thing. Now they're gonna make like Basquiat gonna fucking merchandise him for the rest of his life.
Right.
And it's like that's what I'm saying. Like maybe the universe is like they want me to be a part of that like martyrdom, but like this like Jay-Z's one of those guys where he's gonna be like, oh the
Right.
and I feel like Virgil got kind of misused in that way because like the Virgil Was Here show. I'm just saying that they planned it all out where they knew he was dying. They did the Miami thing. He did as much as he can, and he passed away. And now he's this being that now is a statement of that Louis Vuitton and brand and umbrella.
Right. Which is, and that's a legacy, right?
It's a legacy. That's what they call legacy.
Yeah. And, and we do live in a time when legacies are kind of traded and bought and sold.
Yeah.
I mean, it is true. Like when they do a Basquiat X Uniqlo collab, they do a Basquiat X Vans collab.
Yeah, they raped that nigga.
Yeah.
Because he didn't even, I feel like Fair Fire Freddy, for instance, Basquiat's close friend, associate, hip hop historian, everything, right? Icon. He's alive, and no one gives a fuck about Fair Fire Freddy.
Some people do. He's pretty tight.
We fuck with Fair Fire Freddy.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
for
saying
sure.
they're like how Basquiat's like Jesus is immortalized story wise because he died at a certain age at a certain time, and people that's the thing.
Right.
Like if George Lucas would have died right after Star Wars 1, or if Kanye West, when the Kanye dies, he will be controversially known because he knew. Look at him, my bitch has a bone. Like that whole devil in a new dress that went all red in the Runaway movie, and now he's a Jesus Christ serving person. He knows that he's writing a movie strip.
Right.
He knows he's fucking doing the Star Wars thing. He does these interviews and shit where he goes on these rants. He knows he's gonna have the Doors movie. He's gonna have the best film ever made in music history.
Maybe. I mean, it's also. I mean,
the stage floats.
Right. But then they have to. But the thing is, what's so crazy is to think that. I mean, I don't even know if a movie could capture that anymore. And that's where life's at right now.
That's why Kanye is a genius.
Yeah. No, for sure.
He knows he's gonna die. He doesn't know God that well, but he knows one thing, that he has the ability to seem God-like.
Right.
And controversially, he is a god because I am a god. That's why he did that.
Right.
Damn, Ashad. He's kind of corny, actually. I used to be a big fan of Kanye. I still love Kanye, but he dissed Tabla Kweli and like, yo, you like how you gonna say you don't fuck with backpack rap no more, but you used it? Like, get shut up.
Right.
But he knows how to pull the strings of culture, and I feel like Virgil, Jay-Z is a part of his story now. Kim Kardashian and
yeah, it's definitely where it's where a lot of the narrative is right now.
Yeah.
It's really crazy to see how it plays out, but we should wrap because it's an hour.
Yeah, I got
piss. But hey, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
My nigga.
Yeah, this is great.
How do you feel when people call you nigga?
How do I feel? It's a good question. I feel good,
right?
I guess. Yeah,
it sounds fly. Good. It's a fly word.
It does sound fly. It's a nice word, and I think you also I think you're very like deliberate and gentle. I think in the way that you use that word.
Yeah.
So like I fuck with it. It's cool.
Yeah. See, it's like it's honorary nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanted to end the conversation with like, yeah. Nigger sounds cool. Niggers. Let's see the rhythm. That's called the algorithm. Nigger. That's what algorithm is to me. Hey, you nigger.
What's that from? It sounds like you sound like Dave Chappelle. That's what Chappelle sounds like when he does this like nigger. White guy thing.
But when you say nigga, it sounds like rhythm. Like, yeah, what's up, my nigga?
It's true. Well, it's because it's that it's that little apostrophe at the end.
Kick flip.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a kickflip. Tight, man.
Shit.
We out.